here today to share, support, and acknowledge the strides of excellence in the built environment while demonstrating solidarity in the transformation of the sector. Transformation is at the helm of many development partnerships, and South Africa's built environment calls for expanded governance in the sector to promote an enabling environment for the empowerment of historically privileged groups. Over recent years, our government has consistently invested in billions and billions of rands in the GDP, estimated at about 7% on infrastructure development. And there are promises of injections of trillions of rands into future infrastructure initiatives. This is done in order to realize the objectives set in South Africa's National Infrastructure Plan, together with a new growth plan aimed at addressing job creation, as well as the National Development Plan to address economic challenges and provide solutions and infrastructure investment. Transformation and small and medium enterprises development plays a critical role in building, advancing, and innovating in the industry. The development in South Africa cannot happen without them. Growth cannot happen without them. Socio-economic paradigm shifts cannot happen without them. And certainly, poverty cannot be reduced without them. It does make it necessary to emphasize the strategic imperatives and moral motivation for the need of structured and deliberate transformation on all components of the human settlement value chain. Being here today and standing here in solidarity and support of the transformation of this industry with organizations such as the Black Business Council in the Built Environment, BBCBE, demonstrate that the journey continues in the land grab. Like the Black Business Council in the Built Environment, the NHBRC, for which I am here today, is committed in the transformation of this sector and continues to engage with the stakeholders to influence the implementation of relevant legislation in order to create an enabling environment for Black constituencies within the building and construction industry to break down the barriers. We have established as a committee of council in the NHBRC 2 committees that are relevant for today, amongst others, as transformation in NHBRC transcends all the committees that we have. But in particular, we have an industry advisory committee and a social transformation committee as critical commitment and engagement in ensuring that the matters relating to the industry in general and transformation in particular are addressed continuously. With that being said, I would like to commend the BBCBE on the sterling work that this organization has been doing and continues to do within the built environment. Your dedication is worthy of commendation, and through this hard work you have strengthened and forged relationships with industry stakeholders, which we, the NHBRC, is extremely proud to be part of. The stakeholder relationship between the NHBRC and the BBCBE is one worth highlighting as partners and key drivers in transformation within the South African context. The NHBRC supports government in its initiatives for radical social and economic transformation. Our social transformation and empowerment program, which we call STEP in the NHBRC, aims to address the past imbalances in the home building industry within a specific focus on women, youth, people with disabilities, and military veterans. The NHBRC Council, which is the board in its equivalence, has set up a social transformation and empowerment committee, as I've indicated, in addition to developing a social transformation and empowerment strategy to ensure achievement of set targets. We are conscious, however, of some of the challenges we need to address in the areas that are tasked with the management and enabling of these, such as the supply chain management practitioners and regulators and policy developers in this process. They too, we believe, need a reconstruction and development program of the mind. Our dedication to social transformation saw the NHBRC, in partnership with the Department of Human Settlements, launch the Transformation Charter, which was supported and co-signed by the Deputy Minister of Human Settlements, the Honorable Zoe Porter Fredericks, as well as South African Women in Construction, SAWI. The NHBRC Transformation Charter is a direct response to the concrete situation that is faced by the construction industry and resolves to inculcate a human rights culture, a system of equality, and a just and better life in the land that belongs to all who live in it, which is South Africa. The overall objective of NHBRC Transformation Charter are to outline the NHBRC's commitment to the transformation agenda. We believe that our charter assists us to unlock obstacles to and the effective participation by the identified beneficiaries, which further sets measurable goals for us to achieve on the road to a radically transformed home building industry. In the charter, we have set very ambitious and yet achievable targets that not only challenge us to meet them, but in turn are aimed to be an invitation to other public and private organizations to heed the call of transformation. Each financial year since 2017, in each of the financial years since 2017, we have set aside increasing budgets towards the transformation of the home building industry. One of the biggest challenges in achieving an effective transformation program in the industry is the lack of adequate skills, and we will be investing in the upskilling of our most vulnerable groups. Our social transformation training program of these vulnerable groups also attracts some companies to the mainstream economy through human settlement sector funded projects and increase the level of investment in technical training, resulting in empowerment in empowered and involved home builders. The key focus areas of these programs are as follows: facilitation of the skills transfer and education, promotion of access to job creation and economic opportunities, assisting the youth in preferential procurement projects, the targets largely being 10% of mega projects as outlined in the Department of Human Settlements program, 10% of all human settlement programs, projects, contracts, and 20% allocated to the projects that are dealing with servicing of sites. And lastly, the creation of viable partnerships to support a vibrant youth brigade program with smart targets. The social transformation training program includes the training of these vulnerable groups as well as artisan development. We have increased our training initiatives by 23% for the year ended 2017-18 financial year by training 9,343 individuals, and to this end our successes include the following: 1,880 delegates that completed the women contractor training, 365 learners with disabilities, 2,946 youth underwent training where learners underwent specialist training in the following areas: roofing skills course, bricklaying skills course, plastering skills course, plumbing skills course, painting skills course, health and safety, carpentry skills course, and technical skills course. In addition, 766 learners were enrolled in artisan development program within the same financial year. Youth undergoing artisan development training program are given opportunities for employment in various construction projects. We still need to engage the various departments across the country, especially in human settlements, and where it would have been necessary, I would have invited and made a challenge to the Department of Public Works. And with you, President Minister, we can't leave the water and sanitation program. This is done through following opportunities for youth employment into construction projects, the establishment of youth entities and subcontractors in construction projects, and further education and training in institutions of learning. We have also dealt with 442 military veterans who were trained in plumbing skills courses, health and safety skills course, and technical skills course. Given the significance of this month, it will be an injustice not to brag about our gender empowerment. And the numbers speak for themselves. It is pleasing to note that with all initiatives, the most increase was experienced in training of women, which experienced a 65% growth in our program. A total of 4,047, 43%. I'm sure some of us are saying, what is talking about? Males were trained across all categories, which means 5,096 or 57% were females who were trained across all categories of our forces. From a supply chain perspective, the NHBRC has prioritized the procurement of goods and services from broad-based black economic empowerment suppliers by targeting businesses owned by black women, people with disabilities, military veterans, rural people, and youth. In keeping with the radical economic transformation agenda of government, the NHBRC set a target of 51% of procurement spend to be directed towards BBCBE companies. It is pleasing to note that the achievement of the target exceeded our plan. We are committed to ensuring that NHBRC continues to excel in transforming procurement to the black businesses. Despite 24 years of democracy, women participation in the construction sector still remains challenging and very low. The NHBRC is, however, proud to stand on the shoulders of those women who have sacrificed so much for us to enjoy the fruits of our democracy. Just about last week, we were handing over a house built using the alternative technologies. Very high quality house, built, sponsored, and in partnership with NHBRC by a black, 100% owned, female-driven company. And that house, if you read the newspapers, was the sword turning was done on the Women's Day. It took just about 2 weeks to construct a solid house using the alternative technology, which we were able to hand over to that.